to do the recording, right? Wait, no, I gotta do it like this. I got it. Oh my god, my turning skills are trash. Now my camera angle skills are shit. Alright. It's just so hypnotizing. I can do that literally for like 20 minutes before my fingers start cramping. Alright, let's actually set up here. Let's see, it's Lagasola. I mean, that's gonna get the entire VOD copyrighted, but you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it.
You better not say anything, you know, funny.
Women's rights.
Today. What?
Well, you said funny.
Women's rights are funny? Why?
I don't fucking know. It's a joke on what you... I know what you wanted me to say, even though we're not supposed to say it. Because I always say it only when you're not... No, I say it when I'm not streaming and you're not streaming. To get you banned, so I can stay okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, alright. Well. No! I screwed that up.
I
okay.
will say...
put a new one on there.
I'm never usually streaming when you're not streaming.
I see. Perfect. That's what I'm sticking with now. Okay, let's see. Have we started yet? Nope. Okay, cool. Coffee. In a bowl.
Send in GOAT Team 6.
Stuff.
Now.
Now that isn't GOAT.
Overlord, here. I'm gonna give you this for the thank you message. No!
No. And he's screaming.
Yes, he screamed because he fell off, and he just does not want to stay on the horns today. Good God. I don't know what else to do. We're just gonna put him right there. And he's very low resolution because my camera doesn't know how to render him.
Go.
Render! Render him! Oh my God. This is what we've resorted to. We just have a... I don't want to super glue them because I have 4 different action figures I could put on. 4 different little Lego things, you know? There. If I can balance it. It's probably not going to work. Holy crap, it worked. All right. There you go. That's what we have now. We'll back it up a little bit so the freeze frame can go. There we go. All right.
Still
Excellent.
playing Pokemon.
I know you're
Pokemon
still
time.
playing Pokemon. But let's see. Shadow Spark and Overlord, thank you for the resubs. Shadow Spark's at the 18-month resub mark. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. How was dinner for me? I literally ate leftovers from kebab night 2 nights ago because I just didn't feel like making anything. It's great. I know it's out of focus. The stupid freaking... Oh, I probably don't want to lift that. Yeah.
Liru.
Yeah, I just made a mistake because I... There we go. What?
Yeah, Liru. It's out of focus.
There. Fuck off. No, I lifted it up. The only issue is I have a freaking debit card right here that's worth $11, and I just don't feel like using it. I mean, yeah, I don't care. I think I have to activate it, though, which is pretty funny.
How's it worth $11 if it's not activated?
Because my phone company doesn't give respawn, respawn?
Respawn, though. Fuck, what fucking phone?
Yeah, you walk in there, and they
heard
just
of?
shoot you in the face and go, yep, that's it. Termination of service, baby. They don't give refunds. They just give you a freaking debit card with like $11 on it when I transferred my service. It was so stupid. But yeah, no, I have this freaking debit card right here that has 11 bucks on it. I don't know what the fuck to do with it.
They give you a whole ass card?
Yeah, they gave me a whole ass card. I have to call a number to activate it too. It's so dumb. Honestly, one of the dumbest things I've had to deal with.
That's so fucking weird.
You know, I'm half tempted for this round to just, like, if something stupid happens, I take my headset off and I just click the goat and make it scream. But, like, do it on camera. Nah, that would be too stupid. Not yet. Not.
It's your stream, man. It's
I
like-
know, but even I have my limits. All right, let's put Goat Vester Stallone away.
That's where we differ. I have no limits.
Well, you don't have to make a living off of this. I kinda do.
Fair
No
enough.
offense.
But I think that's just you being. It's a skill issue. That's what it is.
Barb wants the multi, but I guess he's not gonna be here with us.
Pokemon.
Probably because you're playing Pokemon. All right. Well,
That doesn't make any sense.
stop playing Pokemon then.
No.
Then perish.
Why have I got to stop playing Pokemon?
All right, I have an idea. It's a really, really crafty idea. Let's do it.
What is it?
Amogus. That is all.
Amogus.
Thank you. Anyway, let me
Amogus.
see. What do I have to do?
Mogus.
All right, I've got all the highlights written for the EU branch. Let's shift to the NA, and then after the NA branch, if I feel like covering past round 2, or if I don't, I will just go to editing. So
Amogus.
that's all I have. Sorry. Enjoy my shitty
Amogus.
memes. I'm sorry. Malvik saying he is pleased that it is now focused. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't notice because
He's out of focus, Liru. Fix it now.
I'll fix you.
Oh, fair enough. I don't know. I have a lot of energy for some reason.
I know. I'll just, snip, snip.
What? Wait, what?
That'll fix it real quick, right?
No. How are you going to do that from across the pond?
Malvik, you're in my chat. I actually have no idea what you're talking about here.
Who?
Just giving me like a random name and saying I've solved the case. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Anyway.
What was he? What?
No, that's a different I think. Never mind.
Okay, mission info.
Woo, mission info. Oh, yeah. Right. We got the mission info now. All right. Brief me in that sweet, sexy
Okay.
voice. Let's do
All
it.
right, which one do you want? I've been bonked. Someone bonked me in
Come
my
on.
chat.
Give me something.
Background. USMC assets have located oil reserves off the coast of a small Pacific
Okay, you can stop
island.
briefing now. All right, that's it. Boom. Oil. Awesome. Let's get at it. All right. JK.
Wow.
All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
Off the coast of a small Pacific island. They intend to take them by force. The US is running around the area of operations. The US is running around the South Pacific unchecked, securing oil and other reserves in response to further aggression by China in the South China Sea. World War III looms on the horizon. Mission rules: don't die.
Well, a lot of people are going to be breaking the rules tonight. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, wow. Everyone's getting banned tonight.
Game mode is
Why
simple.
couldn't-
There are 2 sectors. Green 4 is defending the sectors. If any unit in Green 4 leaves or gets knocked unconscious or otherwise killed in the sector, and Blue 4 is left in the sector, they can then take it over. Yada yada. I butchered that explanation. Mat rules is Moz's versus RPG 7v2s. Okay. Blue 4, go. Sexy voice, go.
Modern America Marines woodland camouflage. And the US Marines will be carrying M27 IAR or alternatively an M4A1 with an M9 Beretta as their sidearm. Support gunners will have the M249 PIP or an M240G. LATs will be carrying M72A7. Recon have the choice of an M40A5 in multiple camos,
Oh, finally.
with the
Goddamn.
back with the silenced guys carrying M14 EBRRIs.
All right,
with
what the fuck's
SOCOM
going
Barb,
on?
Barb, shush, shush, we're briefing. Go ahead, keep going.
Crew and aviation will have MP7A2s and M4A1s. As for their assets, Blue 4 will be having one Huey unarmed, another Huey with an MG, 2 Mark V SOC Vics with the miniguns on the back, and 4 assault boats to their names.
So to explain to Barb, we now have an option that has mission info, and we get like the full 9 yards, so we can just go over that information instead of just eyeballing everything, which is great.
Fucking, it's what we've been asking for. Hell yeah.
I know.
2022 off to a great start.
Not
No,
after
it's
what
not.
we
No,
saw
it's
in the
not.
EU
No, it's not.
branch.
No,
Oh
it's not.
my
You're talking too
god.
quickly.
Fuck.
You've spoken way too quickly.
I should preface. I've had about 3 liters of beer today, and I have another.
That's okay. Dream's drunk
liter
too.
and a
We're all
half.
drinking.
We're all
This
drinking.
is good.
It's
no,
fine.
no, you guys are drinking. I'm drunk,
Ah,
and I'm drinking.
we're
Liru,
all-
we gotta catch up.
Bloodwind will kill me. Anyway, in green 4.
Good.
Green 4, go.
All right, here. Let me give it a shot.
Okay.
All right, so green 4 is going to be Rebel French Lizard Camouflage individuals.
You gotta do a voice.
Yeah, you gotta do a voice.
Send in
Give us a
Goat
voice.
Team 6. No.
Anything.
The primary of the green 4 faction are going to be AKMNs and AKS-74Ns, with PMs as their secondary pistol of choice. Additionally, they have RPK-74Ms and PKPs. RPG-26s serve as a LAT asset of choice, with Recon using a T-5000, AKS-74Ns that are suppressed,
Feel free to boo
and
Barb, yep.
AS-valved 9x39
Yep, I know.
millimeter suppressed sniper
Buzzkill.
rifles.
But Will, thanks for giving
Crews
Death
are
Notice
going
up.
to be using
Hope you'll keep enjoying the
PP-2000s,
operations.
of
Hope you get a
which
nice kick
they
out
have
of this
6
scenario.
trucks, an MD-500 chopper, 2 Jeep Wrangler LMGs, and 1 times BTR-80 armored personnel carrier. In a world.
Yeah.
Good? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that was my chat. I didn't mean to press put on my push to talk on that. Like I said, I'm drunk.
That's all good.
World.
All right, so let me quickly go over roster information here. We got Maz commanding for Blue 4. Blue 4 is going to be attacking from the sea. They got 2 destroyers to set off from. Got their SOCOM boats. Got their 2 Venom gunships. One with, I believe, side door miniguns. Yep, 134s on the side, which are pretty crafty. They got a co-pilot, which we'll check in a second. They can also use the camera on front of the Venom. But otherwise, Maz commanding, pretty good commander overall. He makes missions. He is a little newer to commanding compared to some of the veteran commanders that have been doing this for years, but he has a good head on his shoulders. So he's got Loki, Vagrant, and Drago under him under X-Ray, which seems to only have 3 dudes, none of which are running suppressed weapons. They only have Drago there as the 338 snipers. That's an interesting call. I guess he wanted to bundle his forces in for more infantry. Go ahead.
I gotta stop you there, because that is not a 300 Winchester Magnum or 338 rifle. That is an M24, or sorry, no, M40A1, I believe, or M40A5. But that is
M40A5.
that is a 7.62
That is a
sniper.
7.62. You're right. The M40 is a 7.62.
I do not know why he has that and not the usual 338, but
They might have changed
that,
it.
that is a difference to be noted. Maybe that was a change he made as well, if that was his thing.
I think,
What
but in the
have?
info,
The T5000.
for Blue 4, not Op 4.
No,
But the
info.
Yes, but yeah. So okay, In4 have the T5000. Yes, but we're going over Blue 4 right now, which have the M40A5. But the T5000, I believe, is 338.
Yeah, so
That's a
Blue
weird.
4's
Blue 4 have a less powerful
that's why I was
sniper.
pointing
But
out. Blue 4
Yeah.
was 7.62.
Strange decision there. I believe by Mission Maker, I think, but I'm not sure.
it would be the roster stuff instead, the backbone for that. But whatever. FNF's had weird balance. They had an autocannon in EU1. It was actually great. But
We saw an autocannon. It annihilated Seb and Wheaton in its first few
my
blasts.
God,
And then annihilated a bunch of dudes trying to crawl up to it after someone
Every-
tried to shoot God.
every time Op4 would try to blow it up, they'd either blow themselves up or they would just completely whiff the shot to the point you couldn't understand how they even whiffed the shot. And it was, like I said,
He shot
we
at God.
witnessed some really interesting plays. But anyway, back to the roster. I'll go quick so we can bullshit about it. Bridges is leading Alpha 1 from 17th RB. That full group is part of 17th RB, guys. They're pretty good overall. Alpha 2 being led by, oh my gosh, what's the base community here? I forgot. 1RW? No. What are they called?
Who?
The community that, second
Come in.
MRB, that's it.
Then.
So, Anderson, head honcho of the NA branch, who also works in that community, leading a lot of guys there. We got names like Warwick, Wiki, Arcor, guys that we recognize. Garcia leading for Bravo HQ. We got more names such as
Send
Nielsen,
in
Norris,
Goat Team
Sholand,
6
Norris rocking a medical
now.
kit this time around. We've got more names from second MRB such as Pinto, Drake, Eagle, Dog 4, Night Owl, and Sprawlin. Delta 1 seems to have Scandi Recon with Whiplash, the SOG dev playing with them, and Bayant and Dooley grouped up with them, as well as Falcon running in as medic. Delta HQ, there is no Delta HQ, it's just Delta 2. Seems to have Sam, Mito, Nuclear Moose, Jane Sanders, and Lurch Hotel 1 has Despo, Chol, Sayek, and Tymek. Which I'm surprised we're seeing Sayek and Tymek up, as well as Despo. They're EU guys, so I guess they're doing what some of the Scandi Recon guys are and staying up so late. And then we got 3 individual guys. Nemesis under Delta HQ to lead Delta itself, which has that massive mix of players. And then Hotel 2 has Brain. And then Alpha 1 for Drake. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure where he's supposed to be or if he just made his own group. But overall, pretty good roster. Some really good hard hitter players there. A lot of the bread and butter players you see in the NA branch, especially within those 2 milsims, the second MRB and the other one, which, God, I already forgot. 17th RB as well. That's my bad. But, yeah, no, it should be a decent roster. Quickly going over to Green 4, we have Kiri, who's going to platoon lead from the helicopter. Interesting TSB outside of the box strategy. Let's see how that goes. Because he is TSB. Otherwise, X-Ray has Reapers from TSB leading it. We have Shrimp 2, Wolfpack, Mackenzie, and Lolo under that group as well. Alpha HQ has members of AA, such as Shy, Green Thumb, Olaf, Spiky, and Naders. 1RW taking up Bravo. Bravo 1 and Bravo HQ led by Pierce. Bravo 2 has a lot of players. I believe that is a mix of 1RW and IDAP forces. We've got Charlie 1 with a decent chunk of Papega Pirates players. All right, including Novix and Casey, who we didn't see in the EU branch. Guy Fieri has also come back. We see everyone in now the Major 5 other than Guy Fieri. The Major 5 being Kane, Arma, Jesus, Legal Action, Guy Fieri, and notably new Flux. I say that because they are some of the best players you will see on the entire server. You got a member from the 82nd KAB, Kane. He was playing in the EU branch as well. And you got Steve, Soar, more members of the 82nd coming in as well as Chaos.
To catch this
Mountain going to
Buckets
also
18,
be
Nephilim
flying with
degree
Kiri.
here and
And then Corey,
one.
Archer, and Blam taking the BTR. So pretty good roster, pretty good players on both sides. Blue 4, I would say, have the slightly better overall skill, but Green 4 definitely with Papega have that nice elite team to work with. Hit the AOs, guys. What do we got working here for sectors?
Bob, you could take this. I need to
Willow,
run
thanks
for
for
5
giving a
minutes.
sub to
I'll be
Sergeant
back.
Tahor. And sorry if I butchered that. Thanks for the 650
the British thing, like tea
bits.
time or
And
something.
Medic Fox,
I
thanks
don't
for the
know.
3-month
Either
resub
way,
as well.
Sector
Hope
1
y'all
here
keep
is going to
enjoying
be
the
the
operations.
port at
Hope
the
you got a
town
nice
of
kick out of the
Vala.
scenario.
I guess the port of Vala
Thanks for
here.
catching it live,
Nice little
Medic. I appreciate
industrial
it.
sector. We see some battle towers and nice, at the very least, rudimentary defenses that could be made on the roofs, as well as the docks themselves if Blue 4 were to try an amphibious assault. Additionally, with the big hill to the east, could be a nice bit of buffer between Blue 4 assault, or it could be a good base for Blue 4 to stage their assault. Just depends on who occupies it first. Overall, not a bad little spot. I think amphibious assault would be, with how many Green 4 are up here at Sector 1, I think it might be a good idea if they chose to land on the rocks and push in from a very short distance. But we'll see if they have that kind of gumption inside of them. And I don't think Dream is back yet.
So you want to hit Sector 2?
I'll go for it. I'll steal that from him, just like he stole the White House from us in 1812. Anyway.
Okay.
Sector 2 here is going to be a small military kind of fob named
Right on,
Volado.
Medic Fox. What do you do
Couple
for work?
roads in, some nice defenses. That battle tower is going to be key in manning to provide a base of support and base of fire for all approaches to this base. But realistically, they should only have to worry about west to south to kind of east, as they have that body of water to their north. So that should make some things defending it a bit easier from those directions, but it could also open them up to a push as well. Say if Blue 4 were to capture Sector 1 first and move around to the west, that is the northwest of Sector 2, and push down that way, might catch them off guard if anyone's up on the tower and trying to look south or east, as opposed to all around, if that makes sense. But two decently defensible positions, plenty of men, plenty of assets to defend them with. This, it's not going to be hard, I don't think.
There's
but it's
a tank
be
last in the EU branch round 1
challenge, I
Malavik. And it was fighting an autocannon Vic, too.
What about you, Liru?
So Sector 1, I've seen the sector used in a few different rounds of FNF over the past year and a half. It's a pretty good one to hold. It's got a nice dry dock in the middle that offers, you know, some areas that infantry can hide and wait for infantry to cross by. Usually we see the attackers come from the east with this really big hill for overwatch as forces come in. But otherwise, the one lacking thing is there's just a lot of open area that can make it really difficult sometimes for the defenders to fully capitalize on without building any fortifications. But once they build those fortifications, it immediately draws the ire of any attacking force. So although this sector is pretty good, I mean, it's the military positions, as you mentioned, so it's got a little bit of stuff going for it, but it's still fairly open, leaves room for the SOCOM boats to come in. It can be a pretty tough AO, but that second AO, Sector 2, this is a pretty nice sector. You got that perimeter wall going for it. I'm not sure if this is a vaultable wall with enhanced movement. I think it is.
I think so as well, yes.
You've got this big rock structure here to the northeast. You got that battle tower, as you said, and you just have these nice areas where you can get up to the second story on 2 of those HQ buildings and the battle tower itself, as well as some areas just on the outside where you can have some fortifications with that little bunker area just outside of the entryway. But the real advantage to this sector is the fact that for about, I want to say 55% of it, you have this really big waterway going on it, and there's no way for the boats to access it directly. So that is all just territory that you don't really have to consider having Overwatch on, because no attacker is going to try a rush in from that area, because if you have one guy up on the rock watching, he's going to be able to pick anyone off. So it's really easy to just set up good defensive lines in the 2 obvious assault vectors, the more obvious one being the southeast and the less obvious one being from the direct west. Now, in terms of actual battle strategy here, this is a massive AO compared to what we see in FNF. So this round is probably going to go for the long haul. Mission's about to start in any second, but I would say Green 4 with the 2 attack jeeps should immediately try to charge into the AO, probably utilizing the MSR, which does take them a little south, but then they can loop around, but that's at least to keep their speed. Also, just to make sure no one hits any of the trees there. Now, Lagasola is a pretty open map in terms of its tree cover. There's a lot of ways you can get around things, or if you just stick on the coast towards the water, you should be fine. But I just wouldn't want to see anyone bash their wheels and have themselves stranded in the AO itself. But if they could bring those Vics up to Tama or Solano and try to get some pickoffs early on, I don't think they'll have the time to get those Vics all the way up there, but intercepting any possible infantry would be a really, really good call to get some early licks in for Green 4. Hell, even putting the BTR in the water and having it drive north and act as a gunboat to try to counter a SOCOM Vic filled with infantry coming in, it could absolutely tear it apart with that 14.5 millimeter. But there's a lot of different aspects that can be done here for Blue 4, from the boats to air to anything, really. Because of how open this AO is, they can just go from so many vectors. So we're really going to have to see the MD500 on Green 4 do a great job of reconning, trying to find where Blue 4 is coming from, because after they identify that, then they can focus on attacking Blue 4's initial assault and wearing it down to give the defenders an early on advantage. Also, we're at the 49-minute mark. The round has not started yet.
Yes, I don't know if you... Oh, no, you guys can't see that. I can still see the staff channels because they haven't removed me from the whitelist. Funny. They said that they're pushing it forward a little bit.
Pushing it. Well, that's not true, because they pushed it back. They pushed back the start. Yeah.
Back. Not forward, back.
All right, so we got a little bit more time here.
I'm glad you're not a truck driver.
I'm glad I don't drive at all. I can barely see.
You can barely read, apparently, either. Anyway.
Yeah, but we knew that.
Yeah, fair. But no, I'm with you. I'm kind of surprised that Green 4 have so many forces up here towards Sector 1. I don't know if they're anticipating a rush play using those boats, but as it stands, it seems the majority of them are going via helicopter, though. Yeah, those boats are pretty much empty, at least Vagrant's is. And so is Loki, so it seems they're going the airborne approach. Interesting. I hope we do still see a bit of action, or a bit of haste, I suppose is a better way to put it. Just because group formations are nice to watch and all, but there's only so much you can watch before.
Wonder why they extended it.
Me too. There didn't seem to be any
There
issue.
it is. So they just extended it by 3 minutes.
Still a lot, I'd say.
So both helicopters are fully loaded. They don't have the boats mounted up, though. They might try to just do a pure air assault here, which... It's going to take a while for Blue 4 to fully deploy. If the MD-500 catches wind of it, they might be able to coordinate the Jeeps going on the ground, but a full air assault's advantage is... It's going to be really hard for Green 4 to attack it early on unless they get lucky with this size of AO to see why did something just explode back at... they just blew up their own SOCOM boat.
I hope things are.
Let me guess, it ran into
That's
the
all I
rib,
want.
and
Yeah, it did.
yeah,
Good
because
try,
there's a
guys,
rib
down
at the
there.
bottom as well. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna see the round restarted now.
Yeah, we will,
Round restarted. Let's go.
Yeah, we
Oh my
honestly
God.
actually might.
Anyway, that happened. No, that's a joke we do because of some crazy BS that's happened in the past.
And the reason I say that is
No, Vagrant,
those,
stop.
Those boats are very powerful assets, at least when it comes to like shore kind of offshore support in a way. 2 M2s, one on each side, and then that AGS or the Mark 19 rather has been rescripted to be an M134. So an M2 and an M134 on each side. That's a lot of firepower just to go off of something that can go pretty fast on the water.
Dream, do we sound like robots?
What? Like physically? No.
No, so I'm noticing a little bit of desync on the server, and while that was going on, Barb
no
sounded a
robot.
little robotic-y, so... Is that just Barb's connection?
Might be.
I thought it was, you saw desync. I thought it wasn't my voice. Okay.
No, because I assume FNF... Wait, whoa. Wait a minute.
And they
Oh,
spawned another
that's why, because they did the admin thing where they get into the Zeus client for the first time, so that's
Vagrant
what was
just ran
causing that
Drago over.
desync, and yes.
Vagrant just ran Drago over.
Yeah, that's the sacrifice for the new boat.
So they had
Oh,
to
no.
sacrifice a Blue 4 man to get a new... he did!
Nice. I got a great picture of him, but right before he died.
I was literally about to say the only thing we need now is a death to just top this round off.
Hey, what if I told you he was their sniper?
And Vagrant is now diving into the water to retrieve
Get
the rifle.
gun! He's going for it! No, wait, he's going for the body!
So, to give you guys a bit of an update of what's going on, they can see each other on the map. That's why it was extended by 3 minutes.
Amazing.
Pog. Oh, and now they're going
So
back
it's
because they
allied.
realize they don't have fucking scuba gear.
Well, plus they see the gun, which means he's dead, so...
Oh,
Alright.
that is hilarious.
First FNF NA back, baby.
You know, it's rare to see
Yeah,
glitches happen like this in
baby.
FNF. They are... You see them once every month or two, but this is pretty funny.
God, the fucking sniper of all people too. I'm sure Drago was like he was at half chub getting that slot. You know what I mean? Like he was really excited. He wanted to make a difference, make a name for himself. Nah, you don't even get the chance. Get fucked.
I will say, though, to tell Barb, Dream wants to be called the Horny Relishman now.
No, I didn't. No, I don't. No,
And
I
chat's
don't.
reminding me to tell you.
No, I don't. Only War Sage is telling you that.
Can you say that one more time? I just want to make sure I heard it correctly.
Dream, you say it.
No.
Come on,
No.
say it.
Nope.
The Horny Relishman.
Do you relish being horny or something?
He
Like,
does.
No, I don't know.
He's like you.
I don't know what it means.
what? Yeah, I mean, welcome to the club, buddy. Like, just give yourself a nice little slap on the ass. Like, come on, baby.
What?
It's okay. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Fucking War Sage, man.
All right, so Blue 4 have deployed a lot of forces down in the FOB to the north of Saray. And now they're going to go back and get more of their force, and I guess just have a massive walk to Sector 2.
Send
This
in
is going to be
boats
interesting, though,
to
because for now, the MD-500, oh god, it's
Oh, it's flying
no.
over the ships, and it's gonna get.
X-ray, get on the guns. Get on the guns. That's a hostile boat.
He's just vibing.
There they go. They're not gonna do that again.
I was kind of hoping the SOCOM. Yeah, you see Falcon diving for the boat now.
He's gonna like solo crew it.
Willow Tree, thanks for giving us up to War Sage. Hope
I
you
would've
both
put it
keep
past
enjoying the
him.
operations. Hope you
That's
get a
a
nice
grenade.
kick out of this silly little scenario.
Why?
Why? Because why not?
Wanted to kill the fish. I wanted to make sure Drago was dead.
MD500 coming back around.
That's not a good plan, Chief.
Where's the little bird? No, where's the... Yeah, okay, turn, use the gun. Use the door gun.
Near the boat.
Wait, so if he's a horny relishman, does that mean he's the king of the condiments?
No.
Funny. That's... God damn it, that one's actually kind of good. I'll give you that one, all right.
Who did you steal that from, Bob? Come on.
Did you?
Yeah, there it is.
Shibe did it. He's the master of dad jokes. I think he actually has kids.
Well, if he doesn't, then he has them somewhere. He just doesn't know it yet.
It's like when you sneeze out of nowhere, someone's talking about you. You make dad jokes out of nowhere. We got kids somewhere, you just don't know it.
All right, so Recon just saw 2 helicopters come back and a bunch of people on the deck of a ship. So what that means is, especially both SOCOM boats are still in port. So that should tip Green 4 off that there is an air assault going on right now, and that if they want to fold to a different defensive line like Sector 2, they should go in the process of doing that. Otherwise, they're going to have to hold Sector 1 essentially. That also means it's going to take a little while for this AO to play out because Blue 4 is moving up on a very slow pace here to get to the next sector, but I guess we'll just have to see how it all goes.
That's okay. We can play Mori with Shibe and his supposed kids.
What?
Play what?
Mori? You know? Mori? You know?
No, I
It's
don't.
like, Shibe, you are not the father.
What? That's Jeremy Kyle over here.
All right, fucking Jeremy Coyle. Is it Tuesday with
Help
Jeremy
me.
Coyle on prime time?
It's
Oh,
actually
man, I'm
Jeremy
stuck with
Kyle,
these
and
two.
no, it's not because he got his show banned.
Wish you were got banned. Why haven't you been banned?
That's just mean. I don't know.
Has anyone else noticed Vagrant just kind of boating right up to the AO?
Chad?
Yeah, just him and someone else, not even on any of the guns.
Wait. We might have a SOCOM boat. And a little bird. Let's go for it. Why don't they have anyone in the back on the guns? Come on.
I was literally just
Get on the
talking about
minigun.
Vagrant, how he doesn't have anyone on the back, even though he has someone else in the boat.
Minigun.
Nope.
Minigun.
Nope. No, fuck you.
I'm disappointed.
No, Vagrant's a distraction.
He might be, yep.
But if he was a distraction, why wouldn't he be firing me?
Well, if he was a distraction, why wouldn't have they sent that immediately? And why isn't there a dude on the back, like, at least pretending to man the guns?
Why are you guys asking questions about this particular game?
Because we're trying to make informed decisions about what the hell is actually going on.
That's where you're wrong.
We see.
Wrong in... Yeah?
Yeah. Why are you trying to make informed decisions about this? Why?
I mean, we did
That's
have
what
Command
we're
fly
supposed to
over
do?
Fucking enemy Blue 4, so...
He was
or
doing
enemy Blue 4
recon. I
spawn.
mean, that's his job.
That...
That's what he decided to do. All right. Hold up. Littlebird's going for another pass.
And they're off the boat. Wait, aren't one of those boats gonna have
The boats
GLs?
have... No, they... Dream, how long have you played here with that FNF? Those GLs are
Bob.
never fucking armed.
Bob, they respawned a boat.
Oh.
Most likely for Zeus.
Which means they wouldn't have taken the GMG off.
Nope.
Oh no. I don't like this.
I like this.
I don't like what you like. You like
But-
weird things.
I think the streaming
That
career you guys
coming
have together
from
has
him.
definitely shown that you both like the same thing.
That's
Career?
coming from him.
Come on.
The audacity.
Nah, he likes too much Fuda.
No, that's you.
What?
Ah.
What's
Has
wrong?
anything happened in this match yet?
Nope.
There's
I
a
think
flare, and Dooley is slowly burning his eyes out. There's a boat at the bottom of the Blue Force spawn. It is
There's a
now
hole at
known
the
as
bottom of the
Davy.
ocean.
Vagrant Hotel. The little bird's doing another pass.
Oh, and now it's
Vagrant.
actually, it's doing something. The boat
Deja
has,
vu.
the boat has targeted the little bird. The
He's following it.
MP500.
It's like a tank when the gunner, like an AI tank when the gunner's died, where they just keep driving at you.
Right.
Look, you can't get on the gun because it's oh no, there you go.
All right, so helicopters are coming back. They've got, I think with this last pass, they'll be able to get everyone. All right, he's on the M2. I would have picked the 134 personally. More rounds going out. Yeah, air assaults tend to start with really slow rounds. And it's going to still be slow because then they're going to walk the rest of this AO to Sector 2. Green 4 is going to have like half a squad to defend it.
That's what I always have just been like. I mean, I get because FNF doesn't have, they don't have the supporting assets that a normal, you know, full military scale
Ooh,
operation.
the boat's attacking. And the
shit.
BTR is firing back.
So is the Jeep. That 14.5 might take out the driver.
And
No, it's fine. Gunner might get shredded here though in a second.
Get on the GMG.
they are really focusing on it. Yeah, get on the G. I'm not sure this is the respawned one though. And the gunner is knocked
He's dead.
unconscious.
Oh no, he's on con.
No, yeah, he's on con. +1. There's still +1.
What is he right now? He's asleep.
Oh my god.
Look at him.
It's called the nap. Oh, nope, he's back up.
No, he's back up. Power nap. He took a quick power nap.
MD500 doing an internal patrol to the south, trying to look for where Blue 4 has deployed their force. Oh, they're coming up to where Blue 4 is. They're checking the road under them right now.
Oh, was it Dream that liked Fuda? Sorry, no.
I don't like Fuda.
That was a very defensive response.
Why did you bring it up in the first place? It means you like Fuda.
I mean, technically, it's the least gay porn out.
Oh my god. Then he's immediately making excuses for it.
Mathematically speaking, I mean, it's data, it's numbers. Oh, command's flying over the blue.
Yeah.
line.
They have eyes on him now.
And 3, 2, 1.
I'm in Curie's first person. He can see all of them down there.
No, no one. Okay.
I'm not sure if they just tried to stealth it or what, but
I don't know what's going on this round. I've lost my mind.
it's just gonna be a very slow round. And now Loki and Vagrant have decided, hey, screw it, let's get off the boat to the back. Now Loki's grabbing the same M2 again.
Nice.
I'd assume Green 4 saw Blue 4 down there because they weren't trying to hide. They were there. I saw it on Curie's monitor. That still left the other guy to look, Mountain, who was flying. So we'll see if Green 4 decides to change up their strategy or if they're just going to stay put. Honestly, with 33 minutes remaining, technically 36, there's going to be another 10 minutes of maneuvering to Sector 2. That's going to leave 25 or so minutes on the game clock. I think Green 4 is going to win this to time at this rate.
Honestly,
Hey, Dark
it's
Malk,
very
welcome.
possible. Like they have kilometers to walk before they even get to Sector 1. I'm almost surprised that they're not really reinforcing Sector 2 yet, and they're just like waiting for.
Well, I think they're just going to play the waiting game now. I think what Blue Force should have done was started maneuvering at least the second batch of troops they got from the second helicopter run, because this is the third now. They should have started moving everyone out and then just reinforced on the rear line.
Loki's just fired at Mountain with the minigun. Didn't seem like it hit him.
Nice.
Seems to be fine though.
Probably scared the fuck out of him.
Oh my gosh, the boat's actually using the one thing intended to shoot helicopters down. Oh no.
I think you're wrong. I think they have to use the actual boat.
You don't say.
I have to say, at the very least, this is a very beautiful setting for this mission.
Yeah.
Nice little sunrise. I've got some good shots of the boats and the helicopters flying around and everything.
Boat.
I don't know why the boats are flying around.
The MD-500 might try to land and steal the other SOCOM pick, by the way.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be defending Sector 1. So, realistically speaking, the SOCOM... And that's the one with the GMG.
Oh no.
Giga Chad move.
But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that they respawn the boat.
Well, obviously, but all he has to do is jump on the GMG. Because the GMG is also re-scripted to be a... What is it?
M134.
No, the GMG is... What's it re-scripted to be?
M134, the 7.62 minigun.
Oh yeah, the minigun. So, of course, they'll probably get on it.
I mean... Maybe? Depends on if... I mean, they're both actually getting out of it, which is the most surprising part. I figured Carrie or Mountain, or, you know, one of them would go for the boat, but the other would stay on the chopper.
Nah, it's boat time, baby. Mountain might actually be going back for it. He hasn't jumped in just yet.
Is this like fucking DayZ or something? Like, I don't... Just like they're able to steal this and just get out of here scot-free. It's free fucking real estate, free property assets.
So, NA has followed up in spectacular fashion.
Oh, I was hoping Carrie was gonna run into that rib.
Blow up.
Yeah, he might still. No.
You get a respawn.
Respawn a second time.
Imagine.
Oh my god.
30-minute mark. Again, it ran 3 minutes over, so I'm not sure if they'll reflect that or not, but...
Loki and Vega are not going to come back from doing their rounds and just see another boat charging
Another
towards
SOCOM boat
them.
coming forward, and they're going to go, wait a minute. But now it's understandable why the helicopter flew by. I was checking there to see if those boats were left. I think that was part of Kiri's plan all along, was to see if Blue Force would actually use their assets, and if not, take it and defend Sector 1 with it. And that's actually kind of genius. Oh, my God. And now they're flying parallel with the boat.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh no. I can see a boat and a helicopter just riding up on them. Oh, the sunset in the back.
That's what I'm saying. It's honestly beautiful.
My God.
I just got
The other
like,
boat just
the
beached
best
itself.
Oh. Yes.
Carrie's gonna see it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are they sinking? What?
Mason! Mason! Mason!
From the top row, baby! Let's go! What is it, 2022?
Oh my God! Oh my freaking God!
Hey, Leah, ask you how are the rounds so far?
Oh.
There you go. That's
Oh
the highlight
my
of the round.
Oh,
See, I don't see that as a vehicle ram because he didn't realize he was gonna back up into him. He was trying to go forward.
Carrie tried to avoid it. Carrie tried to avoid
Last
it.
second, he tried to pull away. Oh,
because he was halfway underwater.
Yeah,
so he looked like a
oh
rock.
my God.
It's just like, what the fuck? Poor Carrie. He gets. Does he get those 2 kills then? Does that count? See, it's great when you're not the fucking like discipline, whatever.
You know, Mountain's trying to land the chopper to pick Carrie up, but he got 2 confirmed kills there technically. So.
I like this now. No longer have an admin.
Isn't it great not having responsibilities?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So that's Blue 4 Recon dead.
Oh my God, Mountain better be careful with that fucking helicopter too. I swear to Christ.
What a welcome back though to FNF.
Oh, that's perfect.
Straight to Davy Jones' locker. Mountain's playing some games. Mountain's running Carrie over. Oh, there we go. All right. Wait a minute.
It's decided.
Wait, I think I left something behind. Yeah, I think they're gonna have Carrie go to shore because he can't seem to get in the chopper there. But oh,
Are you sure?
that's funny.
Look at the BTR crew just watching them.
They're just like, what the fuck? Corny's just out there with the binocs. Just
Well, the BTR doesn't need to be here anymore because the boats were
yeah, he's
taken
like,
care of.
kill.
I love how the boat unflipped itself, but it's still underwater.
Oh, did it actually?
Yeah, if you look underwater.
It's still alive. I don't know what it is with boats. As soon as they go upside down, you can never actually get them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they get
If they
filled with water.
reflip. Yeah.
That's how buoyancy works.
Boy.
Boy.
Hey,
Boy.
if you actually look at that boat, though, you see the radar still working. It's still
Yeah, it's
spinning.
still-
So,
it's still
is it
spinning.
now sonar?
Yes.
Shots.
Blue 4 now have a sonar.
They have a submarine that they borrowed from Blue 4. All right, Carrie's back in the chopper. Ground Command had an adventure.
Holy shit. That is like the adventurer's journey, like the hero's arc of fucking
Oh my
FNF.
God. Meanwhile, Southern Objective under attack. It's taking AT fire, and the UH-1Y with the miniguns is strafing it. Green 4 quickly getting out of that tower because they noticed that they took a rocket and it caused a texture change. And it looks like Shy. How did Shy die?
Shy? Where is
Shy? Yeah, no, Shy was on one of the LMG Vics. I think the boat shot him from earlier doing a strafe, but
At least the boat did something.
I want to see Carrie's POV because you're right that like the back of his boat, the other guy's boat was underwater, so he didn't see it in time. As soon as he noticed, he tried to pull away. It was great.
Because I remember being in the drive of that SOCOM, but you could basically see nothing. Like, you can see 50%.
Yeah,
barely see
you can see only like what's right in front of you, which is it's difficult.
And then he saw the last
I don't think because he wanted to use that as a gun platform for basically anti-air capability. He wouldn't risk ramming another boat with it because he knew that that boat had like, 1 or 2 guys on it only because they were only shot at by 1 gun when they flew over. So it wouldn't be worth that in terms of a trade. It just happened and it was hilarious. Meanwhile, the other boat was backing away because they didn't see them. They were just trying to recover from going underwater because they beached themselves. So that's pretty funny.
This is a huge assault in Section 2, and I think we might actually have a bit of friendly fire. No, we don't. Okay.
You should see the amount of friendly fire in EU. It's fucking stupid.
There's just so much smoke covering Sector 2 now. Blue 4 has a pretty good
Yep.
screen to push up. And another rocket comes in, takes down the tower.
But thankfully there was no one in it or around. Well, actually, no, Tomcat was, but he didn't die from it, which is great.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
Yes,
died
I have
from it,
written
but
the
it's still
timestamp
very,
down for that one. Don't you worry.
That can be pretty demoralizing for Green 4 now. Here comes Blue 4 Dreek coming to toss some nades over the wall.
23 minutes recorded, 26 minutes technically remain. I don't think Blue 4 has enough time to get to the next sector. Like, they're really going to have to rush. But that's dependent on if they kill these 5 guys or not. If these 5 Green 4 guys can hold for 5 minutes, I think that's a guaranteed victory for Green 4 at that point.
Wait, are we
Quite possible.
that close? Oh my god, we're only 23 minutes. That's
Yeah.
probably-
Yeah, exactly.
And now the MD500 is coming in to run interference.
Oh, I think we're gonna see some. Oh, Nate goes over right onto Steve.
Steve,
He goes
no!
down, and a second one as well.
Steve! Oh, you missed it. Someone killed Iander from like 25 meters away with a grenade, and the shrapnel went through a building. It was
Yeah,
it
it
was
was really
great.
funny.
Bullshit.
Yeah, no, in FNF of all places that happened.
Yeah, Steve just failed his wake up as well, and he knocked down a wall.
And he knocked the wall over.
Ha, breach wall.
And Martin's gonna go, hey, what's going on here?
All right, 4 green, 4 remaining. 25 minutes left on the clock technically, because I'm going to count that 5-minute extension.
Oh,
Stoken saying his name was John Cena.
he also failed his wake up check again.
Explosive charge being thrown in. Stoken, thanks for the $5. Nonetheless, man, hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick
there goes
out of
that.
this little FNF stream. Another
Another
charge
one.
being thrown over. That's going to hit the HQ building. Tomcat, I think, is going to lose his building, if not his life. Except he runs, closer to the charge and explodes. Great use of explosives, though, by knocking out these buildings. That's exactly what they want to be doing here.
Offensive use. Fucking amazing.
So you guys left a little bit of blue on blue here as both sides start to come in. You're going to have to see R-King here and Private D here also do well. Yep, Sora gets knocked out.
Kin is trying to suppress, I think, Fist over there, but I think his bullets, yeah, he doesn't realize that the glass is impenetrable when the explosive charge goes off right below him.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed. Down goes Kin.
SpaghettiOs. And D is knocked out. That is Sector 2 gone. All right, so 24 minutes left on the clock. Blue 4 needs to quickly shift gears here.
Sorry, someone's body went flying again.
They have, Blue 4 have Delta moving in on the south to at least initiate the attack. This is going to be a close one. From where they are right now, it's probably 8 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes to maneuver, which is going to leave about 16 to 15 minutes on the clock here. I just gotta wonder, what is this MD500 gonna do? What can it do? I think it's just being a distraction for some of the Blue 4 gunners on the Huey so they don't engage the ground forces there. But even so, now we got a bit of a lull to see how Blue 4 is gonna maneuver.
I do have to commend Blue for the assault on Sector 2 there. Like, obviously they had overwhelming force as well as, some, the helicopters flying around, kind of providing a bit of chaos and all that. But really, they did perform that really, really well. So shout out to them for that.
Excuse me. A lot of fire going up on that one helicopter.
Yeah, Brain's helicopter getting a lot of damage. Just damage thrown its way. It's really good.
I think the MD is just trying to fly around to see where Blue 4 is going to attack from. They have very limited options. Green 4, if they wanted to, they could capitalize on holding these 3 thin little choke points here.
Yeah,
They
that
have
would
a-
be the ideal situation, I think.
They have way too many forces to the northwest, and they've just decided to hold that. That might give enough pause for Green 4's defensive line, so Blue 4 might be able to just smash through and take the sector. This would be a little reminiscent of what we saw in EU2 today, where they paired Pepega and Scandi together with Bay on the attacking side, but they completely scuffed the balance. Oh my god. Someone in the chopper just got shot.
That's not the pilot.
Is that not the pilot? Is it the gunner?
It's one of the gunners.
Still flying.
Oh, true. You never know with Arma.
Just a little worried about Green 4's tactics here. They have way too many guys dedicated to a side that's...
Yeah, no, Depso absolutely was unconscious. He
That
was
was
just
the
lucky.
pilot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was just lucky enough to
got
pull
lucky.
back on the stick instead of pulling forward. But that was absolutely Depso, the pilot, getting knocked out in that helicopter.
That's funny. Thank you, Neko. Oh. No, okay, they're just firing from the chopper from really far away. Delta for Blue 4 has been spotted by Charlie for Green 4, and they're starting to be suppressed. 20 minutes remaining. I think within the next 5, we're going to see that major Blue 4 force come in. That's going to leave 15 minutes on the game clock, and Green 4 doesn't have a lot of their defenders in a proper position. I think Blue 4 has a chance to smash through here.
What's important to recognize here is that Sector 1 is just but a small part of the entire port. Blue 4 does not need to clear the entire port. They just need to clear the, let's say, administrative offices or some kind of strategic position in that sector on the southeast side of the ports where Snowell and Kino the Zvali is. So if Blue 4 can approach that and crush it, which we do have a sizable force in the southeast and the southwest, if they can go and just take that, that's game. No matter how many Green 4 are left on the field.
One thing to point out, though, what is standing between Blue 4 and Sector 1 is Papega Pirates, the best faction for CQC in this type of combat. So I think they'll be able to delay it enough for Green 4 to send the rest of their force in. Plus, right on top of the sector, you have the BTR-80 for internal security. So it's a tough call.
Internal security and external offense. That big 14.5 millimeter.
Internal security, cringe-ternal security.
That doesn't even make any sense. But anyway.
Run outside and shoot
the
people.
BTR is numbered 420. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, they number the VIX, which is pretty funny.
Nice.
Nice. All right, so the southern side of Green 4's western force is being engaged, but those shots are pulling all of Green 4 now to go south to set up overwatch positions to try to halt Blue 4's advance. Not sure if they'll get online in time, but at least it shows that they're moving to where the contact is. 19 minutes.
Yeah. No, 16.
Well, it's 16, well, 15 plus the 3 that they went over on. So I'm not sure if those 3 extra minutes will count or if they'll...
Top right.
I don't think they will be filling it in.
Okay, so let's just go into the assumption of 15. Maybe they'll do an overtime for 3 minutes. We'll see.
That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking at least. I'm sure the admins will, yeah, they'll add the 3 minutes in overtime if needed. We do have Bravo 2 here on the northwestern side. They have collapsed down south to suppress this southwestern approach from Blue 4, but they have responded in shrinking back and heading to the southern and southeastern side.
Yes,
so good movements.
Team leaders and squad leaders generally have
whether
grenade
intentional
launchers.
or otherwise, using that colored smoke to cover their maneuver.
Nemesis just got a great pickoff on the Papega Pirates position. Let me see who we got. He got Reapers there. All right. Was at least a few hundred meters away. Yeah, 300-meter shot. Not bad. Wolfpack now trying to return fire on Nemesis's position. But I do like how Blue 4 Delta are trying to come around to get right on top of this sector, while the main force is now pulling a lot of Green 4's force here. I don't know, just considering the placement of Green 4, Blue 4 can just do some proper maneuvering. Even with 14 minutes and a potential 3-minute extension, I think Blue 4 has it for now. But if Papega pulls some really good holds here, that could turn around, but there's just the sheer amount of units coming in is what's really scaring me here.
The turning point for me is going to be that Hill 16, where Papega Pirates are. If Blue 4 are able to take Hill 16, whether or not, even if Papega Pirates survives and pulls back, if they're able to take that hill, I think that's going to be game over. And we do have some rockets coming in, actually, hitting the building that Kino is in.
Charlie 1 in the Vic of Casey is just
Kino.
Yeah, they're trying to push up to do a quick flank attack.
Killing Casey, just tripping up.
Kino is like stuck in limbo. He's being armored right now. He's stuck in the destroy texture of the building. Actually, finally wiggles himself out. But yeah, he might be hurting.
Charlie Vic just drove up and is now...
Yeah, driver's dead, gunner's still alive.
Poor guy.
Oh, Casey just got hit a few times. He's blindly firing. There's a headshot.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Almost crash.
They almost crashed into each other. They were centimeters from each other.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Just have these
That was-
helicopters going ham above. Like, good God.
Jesus.
Technical just got taken out. 15-minute warning. Oh, no, yeah, no, it is extended. Yep,
Oh,
yep.
okay.
So that timer is then incorrect. So 15 minutes left. Plenty of time.
Novik's now getting in the middle of Blue 4's line.
Not looking the right way.
Green 4 need to push their forces in because Scandy's going to start trying to snipe the sector from the east.
Novix got spotted.
And taken out.
I think Novix was just friendly fire.
Yeah, he absolutely was by Coda on the roof with the MG.
Amazing.
He just headshotted him with that PKAS. Beautiful shot, just on the wrong target, my friend.
On the wrong team. Maz, Blue 4 Command, who is leading the charge, is currently down. And we've got Band and Falcon breaching buildings here. Falcon's about to ambush Lolo, who's the Green 4 sniper. Oh, this should be good. There it is.
Nice.
Falcon could now take that sniper and start picking off Green 4 if he wanted to, which would be pretty funny.
He sees that sniper laying on the ground, he's like, mine.
Meanwhile, Bay is down, and now Mountain is trying to land on that one rooftop.
No.
Grenade out.
But then
Mountain now jumps in and gets sprayed down by Falcon.
That's all he stole. He didn't steal the rifle, just the scope
He just wanted the sniper scope for his gun.
for his M4.
Oh my god. And he just double tapped him through the door.
That, to be fair, that was not command. Carrie is still up there, very much aware of what happened downstairs, and is very confused.
You're
and
not allowed to
frustrated,
land here,
sir.
sir. Yeah, Carrie's just gonna chill up there, wondering what the hell just happened. I love it. Falcon, like a hawk. Exactly, Yasuhiro. Exactly.
Fuck you, Yas. Don't fuck you.
This round has just completely destroyed every ounce of energy I had.
You're welcome.
Next as well. Falcon, I wonder if Carrie is talking and Mountain is. Or,
Yeah,
sorry,
and you can
Falcon
hear him.
Carrie is now firing back.
Falcon!
Oh.
And there goes Carrie. Wait, Carrie was just hit by a Blue 4 guy, by Drake. Awesome. Spiky now putting shots over Drake. I think Falcon heard Carrie's mic get cut off abruptly. Nope, still looking up there.
Yeah, I don't know what he's
I think he's waiting
We
for
got
a
Night
voice
Owl and
or
Garcia
shot.
breaching this building. It's
Yeah.
just Mackenzie and Kino left in here.
If they take out Kino and Mackenzie, then they do take the run. There goes Mackenzie getting fucking laid out into the corner. Now it's all Kino.
It's just up to
Kino's
Kino.
so
Green 4 is actually doing a really good counterattack right now to stop that main attack here. If Kino can hold out, we might see Green 4 turn this around.
If Kino doesn't get himself killed, that is. I think is a better way to put it.
Yep.
Healed.
Because Kino, for all his valiance, he is putting himself in not the ideal position. Just standing
Spiky
in-
needs
in
to
the
move a
doorway.
little to her right, and then she'll be in the sector and she can hold out as well.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, another rocket coming in.
Long range shot on the BTR.
It tanked it.
No, it was just short. The
Oh,
tempo
yeah.
didn't change either. I see the impact. It was just in front of it,
Huh.
right at the wheels.
Did Iander choke? Nope, it's not Iander. All right.
Paul Garcia might be about to walk up on Kino.
Yeah, Kino is shooting up at the helicopter, and that's yeah. we'll see if he gets- Ooh, if he stands up.
Kino. Uh-oh.
Wait, is Kino gonna exit the zone?
No, he's walking into this fob now, and
See,
actually,
it just got picked off by Flux.
yeah, by Flux or by Shrimp, maybe.
But Falcon's coming. And Shrimp! Bitch slaps Falcon!
Fuck yes, good job, Shrimp.
Yeah.
No, there goes Kino. Wait, no, that's Spiky. Night Owl picked off Spiky. And Kino's running out of the sector. Wow, Shrimp is... Damn.
He's better this time.
Better than the original Shrimp.
That shrimp's so good.
Rini, thanks for the tier 1 sub.
2.
Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of the snare.
Shrimp fried this rice?
Yes, Shrimp. I was just about to make that joke. I was doing a sub shout out. Damn it. Shrimp fries the rice, but Shrimp 2 earns the rice.
Shrimp fried this falcon?
That's a bad one. Oh, why are we laughing at that?
Shrimp frying this rifle? Right? What?
Rifle?
This rifle?
I don't know. I'm trying.
You got Dooley corner camping here. He might be able to get some pickoffs, but I think Green 4 has successfully turned this around. They did a great flanking attack. Blue 4 didn't push where they should have because you still see all these guys to the northeast, or excuse me, the east that should have gone in with that original group, and now they're just going to get picked off. They mincemeated themselves, unfortunately.
Ooh, charge going off, taking down the battle tower, but no, I don't think anyone
That was
in
Arma
it.
Jesus throwing satchels in there just to make sure all of Blue 4 was dead because they knew Blue 4 came into the zone.
Fair enough, fair enough. Comes Dog 4 about to crest this hill, gonna get into a nice little kissing battle with Guy Fury, spits some swap and goes down.
Spit some swap.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. You broke Dream.
This fucking round has already broken me.
Oh god, where's Shrimp? Did someone fry Shrimp's rice? No, he was my new favorite. Who fried my shrimp? Where is he on the roster? I can't find him.
He's dead. He's dead, Liru. He's under X-ray.
No!
He got fried.
No! And then he got... Where did... Oh, wait, no, he's up top now. Oh, God, Shrimp, no. They fried your rice. I'm so... Oh, my God, his eyes are even closed. No! No, Dooley, I think, got Shrimp. Oh!
Green 4 has held Hill 16 with a radio tower, and I was correct in my prediction. If they were able to hold that, they'd win. They held it, and they are winning.
How's it going?
Shrimp's rice got fried. Gary just sniped me, though. How are you, Maz?
This was a rough mission, man.
Oh, I love shrimp. It's
we
just
had a lot of
Bloodwing's
errors
allergic,
at the
so I can't have it.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, we saw a few of them, dude.
Hey, were you blue for Maz?
Yeah.
He was
He was blue for command.
Oh, you were blue for command. Do you want to know what happened to your boats?
I know what happened.
The other thing that
Yeah, the
happened
other
to your
boat.
boat.
Oh, you mean the boat getting shot by the independent guys?
You can... yeah.
Body slam.
Kerry stole the other boat that you guys left behind, drove it forward, but the guys who were in the first boat, Loki and Vagrant, they beached it, which then broke half the boat because it was sitting underwater. Kerry came along, couldn't see the boat because half of it was submerged, and just rammed it, killing Vagrant and Loki, but leaving Kerry pretty much unharmed by the boat.
Yeah, he got away just fine.
Basically, they were trying to unbeach it. The back half of the boat was in the water, so Kiri didn't see the back half until it was too late. Then, like, as soon as it came in his vision, he tried to turn away, but ended up turning into it. And basically, Mario stopped the boat. It was great.
It was so good.
It was great. Definitely an accident, though, because there was no way he could have seen it coming.
Absolutely.
If he at least saw the back half, it would have been fine, but the back half was submerged, so he just Mario stomped it instead. But it was beautiful.
I almost died.
Some
6
of the hotel
minutes.
dudes have landed.
Yeah, they're landing to try to get on top of this objective, but I think it's over. Ilvanek pushing Lurch up on the hill. It just, yeah, Blue 4, I don't know why they just kept so many forces on Hill 83 for Overwatch when they should have just tried to go for the sector.
Oh yeah, you don't have to ask why. You have the commander right here.
Oh yeah. Maz, why didn't they push?
Well, you're not dead. Yeah. I gave him the order to.
See, it sucks even more because there was one green 4 guy remaining in the AO, and if he died when there were like multiple blue 4 guys in the AO, you would have won. But
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Shrimp fried this falcon.
it's kind of over. Kind of over.
That's what's about to happen and what's happening.
Shrimp.
It's more over than your sex.
Oh my
life,
God,
dude. It's
Coda
over.
just 180
fried.
Dooley. Dooley still got the kill, but Coda just 180 to knock Dooley out. That was crazy.
Shrimp fried this falcon.
Keep saying that. It gets funnier every time.
The god shrimp.
Oh my God. 5 minutes. You do have Hotel coming up. I mean, they've got, do they have the MP7s? Because those would actually be really good in this scenario. One of them has an MP7, okay.
Even FMJ, that punches through the main force's armor. It's just very short range.
God, they're trying to Moz Dooley, even though Dooley's a friendly. Wait a minute.
Understandable.
Damn.
Archer now coming around with that BTR.
I was watching
Depso,
Arma Jesus
Sayak,
snipe a
and
dude.
Timex, excuse me.
Ilbanak is about to expose himself to the Blue 4 pilots. They fire. Oh! Smacked him in the chest. And Pierce is now blindly retaliating. Schnuffle's now firing over Despo's head. No hits, though. No blood. Hear another chopper landing. There goes the other guy that was King taking out Lurch. Put up a bit of a fight. King appears to be crippled, but yep, he's finishing him.
Depso is trying to throw frags at the BTR, I think, to try and pop its tires.
Oh, because it's still powering
actually, that's
down.
one right on the lip of the BTR. That's actually kind of an impressive bounce.
Yeah, so these guys, King is now coming around. You've got Arma Jesus and Keno up here as well. I think Blue 4's done.
And is going to try hit the BTR. I'm going to say try, and is going to fucking hit the BTR.
And he hits the BTR.
Wow, look at that.
Instant. And neither of them have gotten out yet. And
I hear them
they
burning.
realized.
If you go up close to it, you can hear why they're not getting out.
Why are we screaming?
Well,
The gunner's still in there. He's just,
I mean, technically it's not cooking off right now.
Oh, Archer's not on fire. Corny's finally gone down there. Oh no, he is on fire. I just can't see the texture.
Archer gets a kill.
Kill. I mean, man, he's really hot right now.
And Whiplash picks him off. Oh yeah, you missed it. NA3, excuse me, EU3 Whiplash went to town on some people. Iander, I think, has got his Maz out. He might go for another shot.
I guess you could say he got some picture-perfect shots then.
And I still hear Corny screaming.
Speaking of corny.
You can scream. What?
What?
Jesus. All right, enough of that. Anyway, King tried to push down. He was knocked unconscious. Sayak, Whiplash, Iander, Dooley, and Eagle. And we have 2 minutes remaining. IDAP trying to pick off Whiplash from afar. It's going to go to time at this point. Cue the goat scream.
Corny is still screaming. I think he hit the brunt of that rocket, which is why he's still screaming. But I'm honestly more impressed that the BTR stopped cooking off.
Immediately
goats of
took off,
war.
but then
It had
stopped cooking off.
That immediate flare
It had a
out,
flare
then
up, but that was
just-
it.
Oh, there we
That was
go.
it.
He's
Yeah,
finally,
he's
he's finally dead.
It's finally.
Okay, he's not dead. He's crispy. There's a difference.
Ooh, Arma Jesus has picked up Iander.
Shut up, Liru.
Are you sure Iander was down?
Crispy.
Because he was standing for a second, then he immediately went to a ragdoll animation.
That I'm pretty. Yeah.
1 minute remaining.
I'm also pretty sure he's dead. Oh no, he's back up now.
1 minute remaining.
Eagle's trying to run into this AO. Dooley's still overwatching.
Come on, Eagle.
I think Corv's gonna shoot Eagle in the back.
Nah, he doesn't have the angle.
No, he's gonna hear him and he's gonna get up and shoot him in the back. 30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds remaining.
Sayek goes down to Arma Jesus. Eagle needs to push. I don't think he's... Doesn't have an eye on the clock.
15 seconds remaining.
No, you wait till 10 seconds. See, watch this. 10 seconds remaining.
9,
No, then you count down from
7,
5.
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Round over.
What?
I was doing the Halo. Shut up, Barb. Why are you so damn horny? All the damn time. Stop being horny.
Prostate massage confirmed.
prostate exam passed.
Mass save me.
Cum shot accepted.
Shut up.
No scope.
Both of you, shut up.
No scope.
Vote for DTAS.
I'm leaving. Fucking tired.
pussy.
Fuck you. Pussy.
Oh my god. Why are they so horny? We can all be horny, I get it, but keep it off the damn stream. Please. Let's run intermission. Where'd Dream go?
Come, devout.
That's not what I asked, but okay, sure.
He said he was tired, so he left. He just
Okay.
like went away immediately. Didn't even say goodbye.
Well, he is drunk,
man.
so
Oh, not as drunk as me, baby.
yeah, I can tell. Anyway,
Oh yeah, baby.
you good? Did you get something in your mouth?
Yeah, some beer. Some really bitter liquid.
I see. All right, let's see.
I'm gonna go use the restroom and run some ads, as I will
Have
be
fun.
right back.
Green Fort
Fuck you,
is
Spiky. It is a
attacking
competition. Let me deep throat my beer.
I didn't need to hear that.
No, what you wanted to hear was me actually deep throating.
No, I don't want to hear that either. 4 has a 10% numbers advantage to M2 HMVs. Okay, gotcha. All right, so 2 M2 HMVs. No, it's Humvees. My bad. I'm getting my things confused. 1 BRDM, 2 HMG Humvees, 2 PKM Humvees. 8. Well, Blue 4 has a BTR 60. It's Op 4. My bad. Op 4 has BTR 60, 2 Dishka UAZs and transport. 60, 2 UAZ DSHKs and transport. Fix any spelling mistakes. And then go ahead, copy and paste this into NA2. And I'm thinking I'm only going to cover NA2 tonight because I want to quickly get to editing. Because let's see, how many clips do I have to edit here from EU and NA? Other than the 5 rounds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 clips I have to make plus 5 videos. So that's 21 things I have to edit tonight. And then I want to work on another 1 or 2 things I have to clip out for other stuff. But yes, you're right. Let me go ahead and pay the prediction out. Nope, someone already did. Thank you. How's the babysitting? Yeah, right, Willow? I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Don't worry about it. It happens. When you have to be the adult. Oh, Night Owl is streaming. Let me get him added to the multi.
I need an adult.
I know you do. And that's everything updated. Now, what is the map gonna be again?
Cherno Winter.
Yeah, we're gonna do Snow Worries.
Snow Worries.
It is one of my favorite songs from Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
No, it's Year the Tiger too, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, I don't pay
yeah, so
attention to that, but yeah, that sounds good.
I only know that because there's been a whole bunch of like Tiger Girl artwork being made to celebrate the Chinese New Year, and man, am I here for it. Because they're all like ripped tomboy tiger girls with like abs and like chiseled muscles, and my cock just explodes.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing, Barb. I
No problem.
greatly appreciate it.
You know me, I like to share.
Yep. Okay, let me ask this. Are you at least happy?
With what?
I mean, you're horny, clearly, but are you happy?
I do not wish to be happy. I only wish to be horny.
So you're not happy?
No.
Okay. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, or 0 being stone cold sober, 10 being you're, like, about to black out, how drunk are you?
I'd say a healthy 5 to 6.
I see. That explains the echo in your voice.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot I don't eat depressants.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
What, you're used to an echo? What? Is the pussy that deep?
No, the echo comes from your brain, specifically the casing in your skull. But anyway, 94 players. We actually had more of a turnout for NA than EU this time around. That's quite interesting because EU was around the high 70s, low 80s, and we're up to 94 for NA, which pretty nice.
Well, you know, global warming. You get up to the 80s and 90s sometimes and you don't expect it.
So what does global warming have to do with Friday Night Fights?
It's a fucking joke, you goddamn boomer in a Zoomer
Yes,
shell.
no, I understand, but what's the point? That's just making a random statement. That's not a joke. That's a random statement. So I'm wondering what the connection is between global warming and FNF, and if you had something witty to say, because you've actually had a few witty ones tonight. So I thought that was the setup to something witty.
Oh, it got up to the 70s and 80s and the 80s and 90s. Oh, it's because it's the winter. You know, the temperature's going up.
That's a bit of a
You know,
stretch, though.
Yeah, well, you know, I like stretching things, okay?
And there's the horny joke to immediately fall back on.
Thank you. Let's go. It's a fucking tried and true concept. I should probably shut the fuck up, though. I've missed this Liru. I don't know why, but I missed it. See, I'd rather you scream into my ear than the goat, but okay.
It's out of focus, but you know what? I don't even care.
You don't even have a camera on. How can you be out of focus?
I can't take you anywhere.
You can take me to bed.
No. If I get enough bonk emotes, I swear to God I will mute him. Please. I'm still on voice activation, but I don't care at this point.
If you're on voice activation, that's gonna be kind of rough later.
Bonk him!
Even Sparky's fucking telling me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's how you know you've gone too far, barbarian. Don will put the prediction up in a second.
Oh shit, we're on the map screen. I should probably
Yes.
update my mission commands.
You really should. Really, really should, my friend. Oh my god. And I hate to say it, don't get me wrong, but if you go to his channel while he's being horny to go bonk him, that's just gonna feed his ego, okay? So don't. The only way to win is not to play.
So how are your holidays? Do the
They were
Greeks
good.
do anything special for Christmas? Do they do they do Christmas, or do they still
do
believe
Christmas,
in
yeah.
the old gods?
They have they're Orthodox.
I
So-
see. So is it like Zeusmas or something, or
Orthodox
Pythagorean
as in
or...
like Catholic. But
Oh,
not
so
quite.
no fun allowed. Gotcha.
No. They still celebrate Christmas. It's Greek Orthodox. Okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna read the brief now, okay?
All right, my friend.
Here's how you do a voice, alright? Serbian armed forces have discovered intel on Shekadi insurgents and their weapon caches. The Serbs move a recon platoon to destroy them. The area of operations is snowy, hilly, urban, and forested. Something for everyone except Barb.
Hey, I like a good bush. That's all I'm saying.
I knew you were gonna make a sex joke. I'm gonna go to Green 4 now to get away from this. Green 4 have Serbian camo. Obviously, because they're Serbian. Loadouts. They have the M21s, which are the 5.56 based AK styled rifles.
That's like a good deal.
It's a pretty decent gun. Could be better, could be worse. Secondaries are going to be the CZ99, a 9x19 handgun. I believe it's 9x19. If not, it's 45 ACP. Support weapons are, oh my god, either an M84 or an FN mag, which are both 7.62 machine guns. Their LAT is going to be the RBR M80, which I would normally say is a piece of shit. However, they did upgrade it with one of the latest RHS updates, and now it actually acts like a light anti-tank weapon instead of just firing a little weak-ass grenade at something. Recon, the sniper has the 7.62 M24 SWS, and the suppressed shooters can either bring an M14 or an M92. Crew and aviation have the SAV, basically a little Scorpion, and an M21S as well. Assets-wise, we have 2 transport Urals, a transport UAZ that's covered, an Mi-8, which is the white version, so that's the UN version without any of the markings. Interesting. No guns on it. They have 2 GPK PKM Humvees, which have the shields up top with the 7.62 PKM mounted on the top. They got a transport Humvee. They have 2 open back bench Humvees. They got 2 M2 Humvees that aren't shielded, and a BRDM. All right, Alt 4, meanwhile, to scroll over to them. They have Yugoslavian insurgent camo, which is fitting for Czechody. Loadouts-wise, are going to be sticking with AK-74s, the TT-33 as their secondary, which I believe is a 9x19 Parabellum. Support weapons are also going to be PKMs and FN mags, so 7.62 mirror match on both sides. Also, they're going to be using the RBR M80. Marksman is going to have the M24, and they get the choice of either an M3A1 suppressed with the jungle camo, or suppressed Mark 14, and then aviation get a 5.45 based carbines or a full-on rifle. Their assets are transport truck, single one, 3 UAZ Dishkas. Okay, I thought it was 2. Interesting. 2 fuel Vics and a BTR 80. Is that because the fuel Vics are the objective? No. Wait a second.
The marker says open, but the picture is the fuel. You're absolutely
You're
right.
right.
But I
Yeah.
think
So that
that's,
threw me off.
Audited
Audited
briefing.
missions.
Audited briefing.
It's all right. Took the wrong one, but the symbol below it's the right one. I just saw the picture and I immediately
Yeah.
thought, oh, okay, it's a 2 destroy objective, so maybe they're blowing it up. But that would also not make any sense because the brief said it was weapon caches. Otherwise, 2 weapons caches, one in the north, one in the south, and the area Berzino. Pretty easy AO overall. Otherwise, yeah. Do you have any thoughts?
I have many thoughts, but about this, I think this is a nice area for Red 4 to defend. I remember it was one of your missions forever ago that was on this map. It was an Optre mission, and it utilized a lot of this area of Berezino
for the mission, and I remember it being really, really tough. This one, with the lighter fog, pretty much no fog or rain or anything to really obstruct the view from distance. I think this is going to turn into a game of, hit the black blobs that are moving towards you for Red 4, at least if they come from the west, which, I mean, suffice to say, they probably should. Alternatively, Green 4 could wrap around from the north or the south, which may fare them better, but would waste additional time, which they might need later. But
it's a smaller AO. I think they can afford a maneuver.
Yeah.
It's not like they're going to spend 20 minutes maneuvering by a helicopter, so...
They have the advantage of these objectives being the caches instead of a sector defense, to where they can work a bit more, what's the term? A bit more guerrilla warfare style if they wanted to. That option is available to Red 4, if so they desire.
I think Green 4's best bet would be to attack from the north. They got all of those forests to move in with. And then the major town, then they get right on top of the first objective to the north. And then they can move on to the south objective. Yeah, it's going to be a little tough because they got that open field in the middle, but compared to the southern approach where they have all that open ground, or the western approach where they have a bigger amount of open ground before they can even get their foot in the door, I think the north is going to be Green 4's best bet, especially since they're already positioned in a way where they could, move north, get up to Hill Clan, also known as 324, and then just push east down the hill and then get right on top of that position. So
plus with Green 4's assets, I could see some of these longer corridors of vision being used by those assets to suppress, at the very least, Red 4 defenses, but we will have to see. That BRDM I do expect to be pretty mobile, all things considered. If anything were to be used as a recon asset, I think that would be the one. Although I'm looking for it now. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so that is a full-on BRDM, 14.5 millimeter main gun and a 7.62 machine gun for the coax. Decent bit of armor. Any lat is going to take it out, but that's going to be what's needed to take it out, if that makes sense. So if it stays at distance and stays mobile, then it should be able to be effective 300-400 meters out, far beyond the range of any Red 4 AT.
I could see Green 4 mounting up in that helicopter and just deploying on the far north. Vagrant is going to be flying. If they land by Willow Lake and just move in on foot, I think they'll be A-okay there, to be perfectly honest. And then while that's taking off, they could have the BRDM or one of the M2 Humvees go and scout the northern side of Op 4's AO to make sure there's no forces pushing up immediately to that position. This AO could really favor a rush-style strategy, utilizing the push of your main force from the north for Green 4, but then utilizing those fast attack Humvees to capitalize on these open areas to the northwest and just spray down into Op 4's AOs, maybe coordinate, get some eyes on where Op 4 units actually are so the suppression actually takes a better effect. But hey, just going in and just spraying at random positions is enough to at least get the attention of Op 4 here, distracting them from the main force that would come from the north. So Op 4, unfortunately, is going to have to basically do a sort of defensive where they hold the south, west, and north until they figure out where Green 4 is going to come from. So that will also favor a rush strategy from the north, but we'll just have to see how things go. The only weakness is those three UAZ Dishkas seen catching wind of the helicopter and pushing up, but that's again why you put your own M2 VIX or even the 7.62 against UAZs down to help defend against something like that.
Yeah, I think a northern attack is their best bet because they have those patches of forest to work with. So they can get really close if the infantry moves between the trees to the point where then they get into urban cover and can move more effectively there, going down the railway towards the two caches. South side,
this is round 2, but I'm probably not going to cover
we've
round
got
3
some
for anything
roads
tonight.
and stuff, but there's such a huge gap on the south side that as far as open terrain, where I think it's going to be suicide if they try and approach on foot from there.
Makes sense.
As for an air assault,
Round 1 went the entire
it would
time.
again just take some real gumption that usually is punished in FNF rather than rewarded.
There are some good spots for Green Fort to land on the northwest side, as well as like just the southwestern side inside the town. Being able to land behind some cover to drop off some troops and have a force advance in a straightforward manner. But it's, I don't know, maybe a bit too early to really predict those kinds of things. We do have some red force starting to move out to forward positions as well.
I don't know. If I was Op4, I would just capitalize on some internal defenses, utilize the 3 UAZs for quick attacks. Just literally send one north, send one west, and send one south. Have the southern one then bank west and come up north. Have the northern one go to the northern side and then west, and basically try to encircle where Green 4 is coming from. And once one of them catches wind, then coordinate with the other two, and they can really harass the heck out of Green 4's attack wave. But otherwise, the infantry would just be put on a pretty heavy defensive line. I'd keep X-Ray somewhere internal and just utilize that sniper. But I would also predict that you don't really need anything defending south, and if you did, then just have the BTR overwatch that angle instead.
I would say maybe a bit better would be, I don't know why I think Mikhail got ran over there real quick, but I think alternatively having some people on the south side just like sentries rather than the assets would be much better.
Yeah. Again, I would just have Op4 do a pretty tight-knit defensive perimeter until they know where Green 4 is coming from, then adapt the defensive strategy as needed. Because once you know where the attackers are coming from, the defenders have a much easier time, but you have to get that intel, and that takes a little bit of time and a little bit of risk, but it's always worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, the thing with any defense is that it needs to be at least somewhat elastic. A completely static defense is barely a defense at all, effectively at the very least. So they're going to need to adjust their positions and maybe even their strategy as Green 4 try to get in to destroy the caches.
I'm trying to see where Green 4 is going to mount up. We got 3 minutes remaining. They're still not really doing any mounts here. I think they're still finalizing a plan.
They got some time. I wouldn't be too pressed about that either, but they do need to start probably within the next minute or so to make sure everything is loaded and plans are straightened out.
But it looks like they're going to mainly go for the VIX. I mean, the VIX, the 2 Humvees that have the open backtop, you can fit like a full 8-man squad back there. Those can also be arranged over on the northern side. It's just, what I don't want to see Green 4 do is try to maneuver through these large open areas and just get chewed out by the UAZs or the BTR. I just realized I don't think we never went over who's on what side, so I'm going to do that real quick. Fury leading Platoon 1 HQ for Op4. Lolo Bean is Platoon Medic. 82nd Cab Guys with Chaos Steve and Archer under X-Ray, who has the sniper rifle. So Tomcat and Archer are going to be suppressed shooters. Steve is going to be the M24 sniper. Alpha HQ being led by Pierce. Blam and Corny are with him under that command element. Ilbanek commanding Alpha 1 HQ. Wise, Sorare, members of 17th RB are also under that group, and Drago. Schnuffles leading Bravo HQ with Artisan. One of them is the squad leader, the other one is the team leader, but they have the same exact kits, so it's hard to see who's what because Bravo 1 has merged with Bravo HQ. But they've got Corvat, Casey, Shrimp. I want to see more of Shrimp because Shrimp did really well at the end of that last round.
Yeah, Shrimp
and
really fried
Yuri,
that rice
he
really
did
good.
fry that rice. We're going to keep making that joke because it's a funny joke. Screw what anyone else
really
thinks.
funny joke.
Anyway, Flux leading Charlie HQ. We got some Papegum Pirates in here with Wolfpack. Otherwise, Keiki Rakota, Michael, Novik, Sideways has jumped in as well. Guy Fieri and King. Who are we missing? We have King, Guy Fieri, Flux, and Arma Jesus, so we're still missing Legal Action. All right. Shy, Green Thumb, Ash, Olaf, Banks, and Spiky as AA are taking Charlie 2. Meanwhile, over at Green 4, it's being led by Despo. Despo, I think, has already commanded tonight. possibly in the EU branch. He did pretty well in that one. I can't remember if he won or lost, though. Sayak being his 2IC, Tymek being the platoon medic. Loki and Naders are going to be under X-Ray, I believe, as a sniper spotter duo. Dreek is going to be leading Alpha HQ Maz either as his 2IC or medic. Anderson, Wheaton, Poe, Martin, Miller, Fist, and Cool Breeze from 2nd MRB under Alpha 1. I believe 17th RB is Alpha 2, Bridges, Cyrus, Wiki, Arcor, Warwick, and Farks, or they're just more 2nd RB people. It's hard for me to tell when everyone uses Milsim names to, differentiate. Norris leading Charlie HQ. He is under squad leader this time. Interesting. Again, his best role is with machine guns, but we'll see what he does. Cholin, Drake, Pinto, Snow Owl, Mackenzie, Night Owl, and Herb are with him. We've got Charlie 2 with more Milsim players, including Cholt, Nielsen, and Kino. And then Delta HQ has your Ragan, Tag Force, Vagrant, Flying, but Dooley, Nafs, Terrence, Ban, Whiplash, Iander, James Sanders, Falcon, Brain, Nemesis, Sam Handwich, Mito, and Lurch. So a pretty big ragtag group there of really good players like Bant, devs like Whiplash, and Lurch and Mito with Scandy Recon. So, interesting mix.
Definitely.
Oh, Falcon crashing out, and he is going to be out of this round. Oh, he's going to be angry about that.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to be too happy about that, to be sure.
And so the MI8, I guess, is just going to do recon. No one's opting to go into that, and it looks like Green 4 are just going to move through the open fields here. We're seeing a bit of a split off between the two groups. Emzakov, thanks for the raid, buddy. How was FNF for you? What were you playing afterwards? Because I'm not sure if I saw you in round 1 of NA. Thank you for the wave, buddy. I need to get some animated
we're kind of seeing a
emotes,
full
I swear.
frontal assault moving towards the parts of Kelm, where they Red 4 have set up an early warning position with that BTR. And yeah, Blom's in there. We see Stauffenberger, Koak, Drago, and Corny. Pretty good names that we've seen prove themselves. Warwick is acting a bit of as a bit of advanced force, but if he doesn't spot this BTR or any of these guys moving around, which I don't think he will, these Green 4 troops might run into a massacre here, and this mission might be over before it even started.
MI8 is just hovering outside of the AO here. Yeah, just slightly going left. It's not trying to gain altitude. It's just going upwards. What are you doing at free time? I mean, it's Friday Night Fights right now. What I'm doing after, I have no idea yet. Every time we got shot at first, we all died. I mean, that tends to be how it goes in FNF. If you get shot at, you generally get killed. So EU rounds you most plays a spectator? Right, OMs. Sorry, man. It happens. Battle Eye failure. Yeah, I'm sorry, Falcon. Ah. It's gotta suck.
And
All right, so some suppression, I think, just came out from a bunker. Yeah, Pierce made with some 17th RB guys. They fired at some Green 4 forces that pushed across. BTR is now going to push up a little bit to try to supply some. They've got a firing line here on some of the M2 Humvees, but they are going to quickly drive into some forested areas here. We're going to see Green 4 basically do a 2 separate attacks here, one from the north and one from the south. I don't recommend that.
I would not recommend that either, especially an attack from the south. I can appreciate the thought of it, the thought of a pincer attack, but this application of said process is way too far apart.
So I defined the difference between a pincer and just 2 separate attacks in the EU branch, and I'll restate it here. A pincer is supposed to have both sides of the pincer at least support each other. So one attack from the north and one from the west, but they're still within a few hundred meters of each other to directly support each other if need be. Or, you know, the western attack attacks first, and that pulls all the defenders to that west, opening up a different vector like the north for the other group to then come in on. Pincers can also be done from opposite directions like north and south, but they have to in some way support each other. Look at Green 4 here doing this massive amount of suppression through the tree line. On what? I don't really know. I guess the 3 Op4 guys here, but the fire seems to be a little bit of a blind spread. Just had a GL, I think, knock out Whiplash for a second. But the second attack here, I mean, they're not even started yet. It's just going to be a separate attack. I think they're trying to pull forces north to engage with Green 4, but Green 4's Op 4's not really budging here. They're still keeping their defensive lines, but when you split a force like this, it's really easy to just divide yourself too much, and then your number advantage that you had gets lost to the Op 4, whatever defensive faction is going, you're fighting against, excuse me, and you end up just losing the number war and losing to attrition.
Yeah, that's my major concern with this, because something like this, you're going to want to, with a maneuver like this, I mean, in real life, you're going to want a lot of additional manpower. Yeah, no worries. You're going to want a lot of additional manpower to ensure the success of such a risky and perilous kind of maneuver where both sides are relying on the other to protect them, to assist them. So when you have a situation like this, I like what Green 4 is doing with drawing all those forces to the north. With this gap of time before Green 4 heads to the south, I think we are going to start to see, and yes, we are actually starting to see a decent amount of forces start to maneuver. They've had just enough time to get in their vehicles and start moving back to the north towards the sources of those gunshots. And now we're seeing those Charlie elements from Green 4 approach from the south. And they have the vehicles to cross those open grounds, which is what we brought up in the briefing and in the pre-mission kind of analysis. That major concern of those large open fields. Now, it's not perfect. They still have some people out here just in case. We see Spiky and Green Thumb up here on the roof of a building. We see Sideways, Flux as well as in that truck, but I think they're starting to load up. I think all armed Vics have turned north. Those two dish comes definitely looking north now as opposed to south. So right now is probably the best time for Charlie to attack.
Falcon.
But we will wait to see when they are all together.
All right, so Green 4, as you might have already covered, they're moving into Berezino. The northern attack is also being very aggressive here, but they're taking a high amount of casualties, mainly because that BTR is just chewing them up as they start to try to cross. So we see that smoke being utilized, but that
warp as well.
Yeah, that forward element, though, they had 2 men down. One of them has died. It's only Anderson that's still up here, but Op 4 is holding this with a surprisingly minimal force, but that is giving time for Green 4 to maneuver.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, really. That maneuver to the south is coming at a really good time, all things considered. Warwick
gets knocked out, though. That was by Pierce.
He needs to kill the BTR. It gets taken out by infantry. Good cover. Really, really commendable support from the infantry, making sure that BTR does not get flanked.
If Op 4 is able to hold with this minimal of a force, I mean, I think Green 4 is done before they even really get started here, because that's going to... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think it depends on Green 4's ability here, because if they're able to push in, which they have the perfect opportunity to do so now. They have the vehicles, so they don't have to worry about that open terrain. They have the numbers, so they can have a sizable force down here and really make an impact on the southern objective, but they need to do it now. They've waited long enough. Now's the time to pull the trigger.
But they're doing a pretty slow advance through Berezino here,
which is still kind of understandable given the circumstances, but with the amount of contact that Green 4 has faced, I mean, as we all know, they run the guys on the south.
That's a new meta.
The Green 4 Charlie guys.
It's like the third time I've seen that strat since a few weeks ago.
All they gotta do is open the map and look up there, and they can see that they're in contact, they're fighting, they're in battle positions. Now is a great time. And I also want to know where Depso has not called it in. Although I'm sure he's actually in between the two groups, so it's going to rely more on Dreek, who is KIA.
Ooh,
yeah,
Martin.
Alpha platoon lead. He is, or sorry, Alpha lead rather. He is KIA.
So Green 4 is starting to make some advances here. They just took one guy out. That was Martin picking off one guy. But this is the third time I've seen this in FNF. It's starting to become a new meta strategy. Go look at the MI8 and look who's in the back of it. This is the third time they've done it, and it's actually a little effective here. Okay, here getting shot at by Poe, but a lot of shots by Zen and Wise before he's finally taken out. Cyrus trying to move up to support, manages to take out Poe, but then he's brought down by Sorar and Zen. But Barb, you see what that MI8's doing?
Yeah, they have the open
the sniper in the back.
Out the side,
Yeah.
Because the Red 4, they don't have the weaponry to hit it from up there.
Korvac, his battle buddies were dead. They were in a UAZ. They were getting into a fight with one of the Humvees, and Korvac managed to blow the Humvee up, and, well, this guy's on fire now. Both of them are on fire. They're kind of cooking. Oh, that doesn't look good. Either way, that UAZ is going to pull back. Green 4's attack is pretty much dying down at this point. AT, long-range shot, manages to take out that BTR. Whiplash just got picked off. Was that Iender from all the way back here? Looks like it, because he ran into a tree to reload. That BTR is now on fire. And I think Blam is still in there. Not screaming this time, though. That's a good call. But now they're starting to fire up to try to engage these guys. Nemesis, I think, is going to try to crawl up to get to Whiplash, but I think he'll be exposed by that bunker. And Pierce has been doing a great job of sniping forces from afar there. Yep, and there's the suppression by Pierce as Nemesis tried to run up to get his battle buddy Whiplash here, but he's going to need to use some smoke grenades here, but they already used a lot of smoke to push up ahead early. But I don't know. Wait a second. Charlie 1 has managed to get a PKT Humvee right in the middle of Op4's objective here. There's only a handful of defenders here. If they find the cache and dead it, they could potentially snipe this one.
Mackenzie had it lined up with the driver turning real quickly. Yeah, they might be drawn to this school building because it is being actively defended. Is sometimes the case.
Sideways going prone, realizing he just took fire. He's now going to try to poke up and gets the headshot.
That's the kill. Nicely done.
Well, Op4's been pulling back, skirmishing with Green 4's line, but the skull count on Green 4 is a little high, and Op4's also pretty high, actually. I have been seeing, though, quite a few disconnects after people have gone down, so it's a little hard to tell who has that advantage right now.
Ooh, Space Cowboy Carl trying to take out the driver. I think he actually, no, those up armored windows protecting the driver.
All right,
Good
so we
job
got
dodging those
Korvac.
GPs as well.
On the far northern side, he managed to AT another Humvee right here. And that has knocked down more of Green 4's members here. So you're seeing a lot of whittling down of Green 4's assets. I'm trying to see, though, is that sniper actually doing any work here? He is watching Op4 pull back here. Even reloaded. But yeah, I'm surprised that the UAZs hasn't looked up and tried to shoot it from afar yet. All right, otherwise, Green 4 slowly closing. They have all their remaining vehicle assets to the south, I guess, to try to harass what remains of Op4 here and then snipe that southern objective to then rely on the northern force to break through and hit the other objective. So a really messy play. You still got a big chunk of Green 4 guys on reserve, but you have Shrimp on his own over here smoking. Again, Shrimp did really well last round. I want to see if he's able to hold that group off on his own. Otherwise, you got King with a PKM under a tree. He's trying to pick off forces that are going past this one area. Lurch trying to get into a firefight with him. Keeps poking his head out. He's been hit multiple times.
Yeah, that southern attack from Green 4 Charlie really just petered out before it had any steam to talk about. They had that PKT Humvee roll through that southern objective and roll around it, but the drivers shot out and the Humvee having to retreat. All that did was bolster Red 4's morale and made them much more confident in suppressing Green 4 as they tried to approach. And now we have Red 4 coming back down with those Dishcom UAZs to counter those BRDMs and the Humvees. Here we go. Nice little knife fight here between some armor and anti-armor.
Oh, yeah.
Now coming around. Turret turn all the way around, and those Dishcoms are just pounding
That BRDM just put itself in a really bad spot. They just sniped Coda out. There goes Guy Fieri.
Wolfpack needs to gun down that fucking BRDM now as the turret tries to turn, but the driver got out and got clapped. So Cholt is now kind of beached.
Ash
And
just missed a point blank shot.
What the fuck, Ash? It was to the right as well. It wasn't even like over.
Oh my god.
And Ash taking out the driver, finishing them off.
He's trying to shoot through the little window.
I think he's trying to hit the gun so it's not active anymore, and he might have done it. Excuse me?
What's going on?
Have you already hit? Texture just changed.
It did just change.
Small arms fire. Turret is still turning, and I think the gun is still active. Why aren't they getting in the dishcom? Or anything?
I really don't get it. Ash is gonna take the wheels off.
Maybe? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're right.
The BRDM might also be high barred or something.
I think
That's lowering the BRDM though. It could turn around now.
They're trying to disable it. All they're doing is making it stronger.
Ash throwing a smoke grenade underneath.
Here goes Wolfpack back into the 50. But now it's, now it's shooting up at Night Owl, who's trying to approach with another PKT Humvee.
Wolfpack is reloading that gun.
He's
This is
solo
round
crewing
two.
it. He doesn't have anyone up in the gun.
And there goes Night Owl. Ash now moving to rip other wheels off of the pick. And we just had some AT try to hit the BRDM from range.
Try, I think, is the optimal term. Yeah, Schultz perfectly fine to sit in there as long as no one hits him.
What on earth? Well, you got to remember, the gunner has only that little thing to look from, and it might have been shot because I do see it cracked. So Cholt might not even be able to see out of the sight, so he's just waiting there until they go away. Because if they had AT, he'd be dead by now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, here's his POV. He can only... No, actually, his is relatively fine. You might see Ash. Nope, Ash was behind the Vic.
We do have an assault going on the southern cache now, but that northern assault from Green 4, it's scraps now. It's about even, maybe.
It just smoked Cholt's vision, so he didn't see the Humvee being taken. And now Cholt's firing at the... what was his friend's Humvee. Oh my god. I give up. I give up. So off 4, they've gone south to favor the defense along the southern cache. Northern cache still has a few defenders of X-Ray, but Green 4 just seems really, really broken up right now.
Ooh, explosive charge from Olaf right next to Cholt. That's actually a satchel.
Yeah, that's gonna blow him up.
That's GG.
Woo!
Well done.
There it goes.
Right tool for the job there, taking out Cholt finally. And Ash shoots up into the air at the...
Finally, we're seeing something engage the freaking helicopter.
Because they finally got too close.
No, they've been up at that spot for like the entire game, and no one's noticed till now.
I feel like they got a lot closer as of late, but I may be mistaken.
Quite possibly. They parked the BRDM in the bad side of town, yeah. Something like that. All right, we're gonna have a little bit of a lull in the combat. Right about the 32-minute mark. It is
Honestly,
looking to be in OpFor's favor, though. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is really, in my opinion, this is done. Green 4 is so disoriented right now. If the northern groups can try and breach the northern one, then maybe. But we just saw one of the oil tankers go down by Green 4 there on the north, and so I'm sure they're hurting.
That was an explosive trap. Killed someone, too.
Did it actually?
Yeah, you see the body?
Yeah. Yeah, I see Fark's trying to see if he's okay, but no, he is not.
He's not okay. Yeah, whenever you park on the bad side of town, your wheels get jacked, right?
Wolfpack getting back into that Dishcom UAZ
Yeah.
and really supporting that southern
Trying
objective.
to hit Time Mech there, who's now chilling behind a wrecked Vic. Drake now returning fire as Wolfpack gets in the driver's seat and backs it off. Now it's just a bit of a lull, but Green 4 is only down to 3 dudes on the south. Most of their attack is up to the north.
Naps and Korvac are looking at each other. Bit of desync now. And
Naps
is
falls
dead.
over.
Okay, Korvac does die eventually, but yeah, poor Naps there. That was
It's rough, buddy.
pretty rough, buddy.
Numbers wise, Op 4 kind of has this in the bag at this point.
I think so too. Yeah, especially considering the southern side, they should be able to ward off those 3 Green 4 that are still alive, and then depending on how the north side fares, the south side should prevail.
I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm not your pal, guy. That full freaking loop. Is Malvik still in here? He can do the whole thing because he is Canadian. All right, Green 4 meanwhile rallying on their wounded. I don't see any medical symbols, and the 3 guys coming down, I also don't see any medical symbols. Same for the 4th guy. So Green 4 doesn't have any medics remaining. The only medic is Tymek, who's on the completely other side.
Ooh, oh, that's the worst.
I've seen non-medics still get people up if they're quick to stabilize, but
If that's the whole point, or really like what it all relies on is if they're able to maintain that blood level. If they can at least keep it to
Novix running up here.
lost some blood, there's always a chance for them to wake back up. But if they dip below that, they're gonna need a medic to get the
Novik
blood
running
level
up with that scope PSO M76 and gets a great double kill. I just watched Novix run up to 2 Green 4 dudes and blow them both away to the south. It's just Tymek alone now.
Oh. And here comes Novix.
No, don't make Malvik apologize. He always apologizes for every little thing. He always says sorry. Oh, my God. Yeah, Novix wants this southern attack to be over. He just saw Tymek and immediately runs to cover and eliminates him. That aggressive PSO scope, I swear. It's an M76.
Yeah. That's it's still 762 by 54R,
Yeah.
but no, it is not an SVD.
Yeah.
And he pops
Pretty
with
much the
that
same
TT.
thing, though, since he has that same freaking PSO scope for it, too.
Yeah,
but
same scope, same ammo. It's just a different chassis.
So the MI8 is now on the other side.
And rockets going off, but yeah, that southern attack being over. It's
Engine just got shot out.
no way.
It's diving.
From sideways.
It's too hard. Yep.
Yep, that's it. That's dead.
Smack.
Well, oh, they actually survived.
I've never seen the Arma physics for helicopters behave that way for a helicopter, but
Yep.
guess we learn something new every day.
And yeah, shout out to Sideways for taking that thing down. I'm like 99% sure that was him with the whatever the fuck that is.
M84 762 suppression on a MI8. Yeah, I believe it, because that thing's
and
not really
Fox
armored.
and Sideways just start saluting each other.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they knew what they had done. That is amazing. More rockets being fired. Green
This
4
building
might-
doesn't have a destroyed texture, though, so.
No, it doesn't. Green 4 might be able to get this cash, but that's going to be the extent of it, I think. I really believe that that's as much as they can do. Iander, with that RPG or rocket launcher, whatever you want to call it.
Pause.
Yeah, that thing.
Ah! Gotta shoot the windows out first, silly. Parks, no! You know, it's funny to commentate games like these, and then you go and see movies. There was a scene in Black Widow, for example, where there's a Dishka firing at an MI8.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Solar just like
Yeah,
let him walk
I'm
in.
watching that. Everyone's really confused right now.
No, sorry, not friendly fired. It looked like friendly fired for a second.
I mean, it looked like, because everyone was like, wait, is that a friendly? Is he friendly? I don't know.
I thought it was coming back in from the door.
I just watched Sen throw a grenade on himself. Trying to, I guess, bounce it over the... That was... Okay.
Oh, that one as well, from Navs.
Okay.
That might do it.
I don't get it.
And that grenade takes down the building, apparently. That's how that works.
Yeah, blew up part of the shed.
The part that he was right under. How coincidental.
All right, Op4's doing their best to hold here. You got some other Op4 guys trickling in, though, especially Novix here. He wants more. Dooley gets smacked.
Jane looking like they might make a move for that door. Trying to go for the sliding doors, but no, those controls are inside. Has to open the side door. Kin doesn't hear it. Sor and Archer, though, they see it. Gets one.
Great pickoff by Jane. Nemesis, though, gets Hillary Clinton by Novix. And Novix runs up and finishes it off with a handgun. And now he's looting his body.
Ooh, Archer gets some good shots onto Jane,
For a
but
new
isn't
gun.
quite able to take him down. And now Lurch able to take down Kin. This is what a pincer. This is a small scale pincer.
Yeah.
Two people working, or two groups working from
Archer
different
gets
sides.
him.
Now Jane needs to be the one to push in, but Jane is
Wait, you
probably
mean a
really
flank?
wounded. So yeah, Lurch
You mean a
gonna
flank?
get double tapped, and Archer gonna be able to hold this area a bit longer.
Small scale pincers.
Now the reinforcements coming from the south. Lurch, or sorry, Jane Saunders.
Jane taken out.
Yeah,
Iander taken out by Novix.
and that's it.
There's still 5 green 4 remaining, but
No, that's it. That was pretty much their last hope, at least for the north.
Novix trying to dodge those shots, but he ran out of room and Naps was able to execute him.
Nice, good job.
Martin's backing off. I don't know if he's looking for chaos or what. He's getting tunnel vision on that, unfortunately, but I think Op4 is going to be able to hold both objectives here. Naps now playing one-man army.
Just how he likes it.
Pierce coming. But he holds fire, and Naps immediately engages and manages to drop Pierce. That was a bit of a misplay. I think he was trying to PID, but...
Yeah, that's the problem with an environment like this, is that PID can be a little stark. Oh, oh, Navs. What? Navs got handcuffed
That.
by Flux. Flux actually was able to run up, hit the handcuffs on Navs, and then Schnuffles executed him.
Oh my
What
God.
fucking BM. What absolute
Oh.
BM.
That's great.
That's
Bad manners,
amazing.
bad manners.
On Nafs, of all people. Like, he's never going to hear
Yeah.
the end of that from Scandy.
Oh.
Oh, that's fucking amazing.
That's pretty funny. All right, we got Martin, who's on his own in the building. You got 3 more guys, Loki, Vagrant, Naders, going into the southern objective. Still 22 minutes on the round. Ay. Look through my desk right now. I need to clean it off again. Let's see. Michael overwatching on Martin's position. Martin, I think, just spotted Michael.
And that's Martin gonna be able to catch
There
Mikhail.
it is.
Yes. Very nice. And a grenade for good measure. Yeah. Is Martin? No, he
He's
isn't
dead.
the only last one. But Shrimp should be able to take down Vagrant here as Vagrant starts to push in.
You still have one of the UAZs marauding. Ay, we're just waiting it out. Here's Martin. Flux, I think. Yep, Flux spots Martin. Martin tries to get one shot off,
Flails.
but yep,
I think is the technical term.
flail would be the proper term. And he's dead.
Dead immediately. That was really fast.
Hey, sure. All right, remaining
And
3 to the south.
Yeah, pretty much. Still 20 minutes left to go. So here's hoping they die quickly.
Jesus. Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it.
Look, he's trying to be sneaky. I think Vagrant is a little bit more obtuse about things, but he is trying to work the flank. Shrimp is watching in a off to the northeast, actually. So this is a good opportunity for Vagrant and Loki, as well as Naders, to push up and try and take at least one of the caches. But the BTR is spotting out Naders. as he tries to run
UAZ.
across. UAZ? Ah, I see. And I think he got his leg shot out, but he's able to crawl back
Yep.
to cover.
As the UAZ reloads, no, he stops. Nader's gonna get the snipe.
He's trying to. No, that was behind. Behind as well.
again.
Against the
Good.
gunner.
What's
And
he
now he's got
doing?
the pistol out for the driver.
No!
Yes!
You're not allowed to do that.
Yes, you are. You should always do that.
I mean, you're right, but you're not supposed to do that.
He regains consciousness, but still is able to get the shots off.
Oh
but
my
Wolfpack
god,
gets
and they have
that
a
shot.
freaking pistol fight. Good god.
Wolfpack is injured, but he got it.
They're not supposed to do that.
Oh, that's
Well
Wolfpack's
then,
gonna be talking to an admin, I think, after this match.
there were a few VDMs in EU too. It was pretty funny. All right, it is Loki and Vagrant remaining. Yeah, penalty, right?
Penalty. I guess we restart the round now.
Oh no, no, not again.
Oh man. Yeah, just Loki and Vagrant left, and they're both surrounded by Red 4. Loki's gonna open up the door. Spiky is over here on the other side. There's Lumber. Might spot out Loki as he runs into the open. Not quite.
Waiting with bated breath here. There's Loki knocking out Wolfpack. Snuffle's putting a GL right on Loki.
Oh, right on the corner. Beautifully placed.
Vagrant now trying to come around. If he pokes his head out, he'll be able to get a great flank. No, he just runs across instead. And Loki
think
got up only to be eliminated by Ash.
Yeah, and everyone is dumping rounds into him. And Vagrant's,
Well, Vagrant.
This is
I thought Sideways
terrifying.
saw him. Vagrant, take the shot.
No,
Vagrant.
No, no. Oh,
He
no.
hits Sideways, who's one of the
He hits-
machine gunners. Ash immediately starts shooting.
Yeah, that's suppressive fire back.
Vagrant's got to be careful. He's going to run out of maneuver room here. He sees Flux. Flux then pulls his weapon out. Shy now flanking on the other side. Puts a GL right on the wall Flux was going for. Vagrant doing his best, but he is immediately brought down by Flux and Ash firing the same way. And there we go. Op4 wins round 2. Ay, 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 ay.
Well done. A great hole by Red 4, but yeah, really.
Green 4 just divided too much and lost a lot,
The
unfortunately.
thing is, though, is that they had the opportunity as well. I don't know
Yep.
if they were able to see that they did, but there was a great gap of time where that strategy would have been great to attack the southern side and really cause a lot of confusion in Red 4, but it just didn't work out that way.
I think I'm going to wrap it up here for the night. I have like 20 things I need to now edit out of these 2 videos alone, so.
Whew. Damn. Well, I will be going for round 3,
All right.
and I will also be going, if you don't mind me chilling real quick.
I'm already going to raid you. Shut up.
Well, but about tomorrow.
No.
Okay.
No
I'll
shit.
tell everyone who comes
When,
with
then,
the
when they
raid.
show up at your place, and check your
Yeah, yeah.
Discord. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. As much as it pains me to, I'm going to raid Barbarian. But if you want to go check someone else out, feel free to do !multi. There's still a few people streaming on the ground. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. And we will be back tomorrow at around 8:30 for something very unique for Arma 3. And I'm really excited for it. So cheers and have a good one, guys.